Hey guys, how have you all been doing? Hope you guys are doing extremely well. Welcome back to yet another video on the AI series. And in this video, we are going to understand what is context window using the example of one of the most famous movies and one of the most interesting movie for all the engineers, Three Idiots. Without any further delay, let's get into the computer screen and let's start with them. So, I hope many of you guys have seen what the movie Three Idiots is like, and this has some Hindi examples. And yeah, AI has limited memory, just like you in example. Taking an example, when we used to go into the exam hall, initially we would just remember everything. Like, okay, this was the answer, this was the date, which was most important. And just as we get the paper, we start forgetting the answers. And we are like, just remembered this within 10 minutes before, right? So this is how the context window for humans is. So context window here is the maximum amount of text or the tokens an AI model can remember at one time while processing your input. Beyond that limit, old information gets forgotten, or we can say truncated. Taking an example, the GPT-4o model has a context window of 128,000 tokens, meaning 300 pages of text. So if you give the input which is more than this amount of tokens, it will not remember what the entire context is. So this is what the context window is, which is the maximum amount of token that AI model can remember. Let us understand this with the help of an example. Here we have something known as the context length. Context length means here as a total memory space. Think of it as your brain's temporary capacity in your exam. You as a human can carry only so much in your mind at a time. AI can also hold only so much tokens at once. So we can say the context window here has a limit, and which is the context length. More you put, less it can remember. Okay, so this is the first thing which we say as the context length, which is the total memory space, or we can say the brain capacity. Next term that we have here is to forget. So old information obviously fades away with time. As new information comes in, old information is pushed out. So the green tokens that you see here is the old information, which was remembered by the AI, which are the earlier tokens. And now you are feeding it some new information, which are the new tokens. What happens is if the window is full, the older tokens are forgotten. And that's where we say दिमाग की capacity limited होती है. जितना घुसेड़ोगे उतना ओवरफ्लो होगा. And that's why you say a dialogue from कोई मिल गया, माँ मुझे कुछ दिखाई नहीं दे रहा माँ, because you don't have the information which was given to you earlier. And this is how the AI model would react. So if you're forgetting that, that will result in truncation. So when the limit is reached, AI removes the beginning to make the space for the new tokens. So you input a long conversation. So the older tokens that are present already in the context window are removed, and the new ones are kept in the context window so that the AI will remember what you are trying to say in this particular conversation. So AI forgets the beginning of the conversation. Just like जैसे एग्जाम में पहले किया याद किया हुआ बाद में याद नहीं आता. Okay, so this is how truncation works when you have more context given to the AI model. Next, we also have some memory limitations. The memory here is not infinite. No matter how smart model is, its working memory is limited. We are giving it many things as in formulas, definitions, answers, concepts, previous question from the previous chat history. This results in the memory getting overloaded. Sometimes it has to be dropped. So pressure, expectations and limited memory. Exam hall or AI दोनों की same कहानी है. Both of the situations here have the same thing. Pressure, you are in an exam hall, you are in pressure to finish the exam within 3 hours. You have some expectations, your parents have some expectation. In AI, the user has some expectation. And we have limited memory in AI and the users as well. Okay, next, giving a full example. In the exam hall, you start an exam fresh, everything is fresh in your mind. So you have some initial set of context which is already pre-fitted in your mind. You solve more questions, so new information comes in. You are seeing up a question, you think about it, you analyze it. Some more tokens are getting in the context window, new information is coming. Now at a certain point of time, the mind is getting full. It is very hard to keep or remember everything. So what you do is you forget the older ones and try to inculcate the newer context or the newer tokens or the newer information that you are getting from the exam paper. So older things starts to fade and you forget what you studied first. Once you are done with that, you can only use what's current in your mind. That is your real working memory. So AI here works exactly the same way. Taking a summary here, the context length that we are given here is the total memory size. Forgetting happens when the old information fades as the new information comes. Truncation happens when the oldest tokens are removed when the new information comes to remember the latest information. And here we have memory limitations where we can say the memory is not infinite. And one lesson that we can take from 3 years is unlike rote learning, real understanding stays longer. Same with the help of AI. Given the right context, not just more context. You have to be smart here. You have to make the AI do smart work here and not take more load. Okay. And then just a takeaway from this particular video is if you want to have a better understanding or better answers from AI, give clear and relevant and well structured context within the window. Here we say quality is much more important than the quantity. Rather than giving it random information, give very concise information, or if there are relevant documents that the AI needs to understand from, give it to them. Give clear, relevant, and well structured prompts with the context to get better answers. So, this is how the concept of context window is explained using the help of three idiots. So I hope you guys like the entire concept of Three Idiots, one of the most favorite movies of all time for all the engineers out there. And let me know in the comment section on how did you like the video. If you like the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one. Until then, bye bye.